are many different shapes of a cricket bat. These are done mainly to alter the weight or the performance of the bat. So some basics that we need to know. The fattest part of the bat is referred to as the swell. This is, if you like, the sweet spot of the bat and what players are mainly trying to strike the ball with. As it's the thickest part of the bat, the ball will go further once it's struck. Manufacturers of bats change the shape and size of bat to maximise this sweet spot. And depending on the user, they may want to put this sweet spot in a different place on the bat. A high swell. Some bats will come with a swell higher up the bat. This is done for a couple of reasons. If the swell is higher up, this will make the bat generally feel lighter. The further away the weight from the hands, the heavier the bat will feel. So a high swell will usually suit someone who wants a lighter feeling bat. This type of bat also suits players who play off the back foot. And by this I mean they usually wait for the ball to bounce higher before they strike it. If the ball is higher, usually the contact with the bat will come higher up the bat, so it makes sense to have the sweet spot higher up. Linked to this, a player might want a bat with a higher swell if their home ground has a particularly dry wicket, meaning the ball will usually bounce high. A low swell. Now some batsmen may prefer a low swell bat. This bat will have a heavier feel as the majority of the wood is at the bottom of the bat. This type of bat suits players who like to strike the ball early, just as it's bounced. The front foot player. With a similar logic to what we just discussed, if he's striking the ball lower down, he will want the swell at the lower part of the bat. This type of bat also suits people who play on wet pitches where the bounce generally will be lower. Now let's talk about the weight of the bat. Lots of manufacturers shave wood out the back of the bat to lose some of its weight. The idea is to have a thinner bat where the ball is not struck from, and have a fatter swell where the batsman will strike the ball from. One point to consider is that this gives less forgiveness. If the batsman does not play the ball in the correct area, the ball will not travel as far. Other manufacturers leave a lot of wood on the bat, which gives you more forgiveness. So even if the player mistimes their shot and hits maybe off the centre, there's still a lot of wood in the bat to give it power. A lot more bats now have what we call thick edges. Again, with a similar logic, if the player hits the ball off the side of the bat, it will still have a lot of power because there's a lot of wood behind that side of the bat.